I see you sitting with that quiet storm in your chest, pretending to be fine, pretending you don't notice the cold weight that tries to sit at the edge of your bed when the room is dark and the voices in your mind are louder than the fan. I see the way your heart learned to whisper instead of sing, because you didn't want to wake the trouble that circled you like a stray dog that doesn't know your name. Hear me, you are not alone in this room, you are not abandoned in this street of thoughts, you are not at the mercy of shadows that claim they own the night. I made the night. I hold its corners like curtains, and I decide when dawn climbs over your windowsill. Don't try to skip this. I am speaking to you now with the certainty that folds storms into silence and melts iron intentions into wax. I am God, and this message is for you. You have been pressed by a fear you don't like to say out loud. You have noticed the pattern, how certain calls come when your strength is low, how a particular presence seems to pass your threshold even when the door is shut, how the air itself goes thin when a certain name is mentioned. I tell you the truth, schemes have breathed around you, but they have not breathed within you. The air inside your lungs belongs to me, and every breath you have taken since the first has been a prayer I have already heard. There has been a plot dressed in familiar fabric, a hand that smiled at you while hiding a thorn, a tongue that didn't just lie but sharpened itself on your kindness. I am not unaware. I have watched without blinking, not because I was powerless, but because I was positioning everything for an ending that protects you, purifies your path, and preserves the testimony I am writing with your life. Tonight is a hinge. Tonight is a turning. Tonight, the door that was cracked for harm will close, and the woman who planned the blade will not cross your threshold. You were not paranoid. You were perceptive. You were not overreacting. You were overruled by a weight you couldn't name. That weight did not come from me. I do not send terror in the shape of someone who looks like comfort. I do not sign my name on poison. But I do take what was meant to crush you and turn it into evidence. The evidence is this: you are still here. Your pulse is still faithful. Your mind, though shaken, did not shatter. Your tears did not drown you, they watered the ground for a harvest that will surprise even those who stopped believing anything good could grow near you. Hear me again, I am intervening tonight. I am sending a stillness that is heavier than steel and lighter than forgiveness, a stillness that seals doors no hand can pry, a stillness that redraws the boundary lines of your days. I am removing from your proximity the one who rehearsed harm. This is not revenge. This is rescue. You will not be touched. Your sleep will not be trespassed. The nightmare that tried to rent a room in your chest will find a no vacancy sign that I, myself, have nailed to your sternum. I have stationed watch over your house, yes, over the hinges, over the windows, over the digital doors and the quiet corners where fear tries to bloom. I speak to the hallway where you hesitate, to the kitchen where your hands move slow because your thoughts move faster, to the bed where you trained yourself to listen for footsteps before you let your eyes close, peace return, peace sit, peace anchor. The plan that rehearsed itself in the mind of another has met the wall of my will. My will is not a suggestion, it is a mountain that moves only when I say move. Tonight, that mountain stands between you and harm. Do not answer the call that arrives with a sudden sugar. Do not negotiate your safety with those who were careless with your soul. Do not open the door for voices that require you to shrink to be loved. I am not asking you to be rude, I am teaching you to be preserved. The hand you withdraw is a seed you plant in your own garden. I will water it with wisdom. I will teach you how to say no without apology, how to say yes without fear, how to walk through your rooms without feeling like a guest inside your own life. Listen to me, you have carried the weight of other people's storms, and you forgot how light your own sky can be. I am cutting the cords that keep dragging thunder into your mornings. There is a reason tonight matters. There is a reason the calendars seem to blink around this day. Somewhere in the quiet, you said, God, if you are with me, show me. This is me showing you. I do not need a megaphone when I can rearrange the ground. I have turned the path beneath the feet of the one who intended to cross it toward you. That path now bends away. It bends toward a place where they must face their own mirrors, where they must sit with the consequence of their rehearsals, where their mouth will learn the taste of accountability. As for you, accountability will not taste like ash. It will taste like clean air after rain, like a room that has finally been opened to the sun. You will not live under suspects and maybes. You will rise into decisions and clarity. You asked me why people who looked like love could carry weapons in their pockets. You asked me how I could let your trust be bruised by someone who knew your laugh. I did not let it, I saw it. I held you while it broke. I recorded every time you chose compassion over retaliation, every time you closed your mouth when the easier thing would have been to curse, every time you turned the other cheek and then went home to cry into a pillow that never judged you. I am not paying you back, I am moving you forward. What is behind you does not have the keys to what is ahead. I am the key holder. I am the door. And tonight, the door to harm shuts. The door to healing opens, and not the kind that demands you forget what happened. I will not gaslight your soul. I will, instead, give you memory with no sting, lessons with no poison, wisdom without weariness. That is how I heal, thoroughly. Do not panic when the silence comes. You have grown used to living in defense, and defense can trick you into thinking quiet is suspicious. Quiet is a gift from me. It is the space where your thoughts can stretch without ducking, where your heart can unclench its fists, where your spirit can put down the suitcase it's been holding at the door just in case it needs to leave fast. You won't leave fast. You will live rooted. Your house will become a place that knows your laughter as a daily sound, not a rare visitor. Your phone will become a tool, not a leash. Your steps will become music to your own ears. I am reclaiming your rhythm. I hear you asking, what do I do tonight? You breathe. You choose peace on purpose. You lock what must be locked, you close what must be closed, and then you open your hands. I will fill them. If you need to speak to safe people, speak. If you need to rest without explaining, rest. If you need to stand in the doorway for a moment just to feel the reality that nothing dangerous is approaching, stand and feel it. I am with you in the doorway, in the living room, by the sink, at the edge of the bed, in the space where your shoes are lined like a small army waiting for orders. The only orders tonight are tenderness to yourself and trust in me. I am not playing with you. I am commanding the weather of your life. There is a future I have been guarding like a candle in strong wind, shielding it with my palm while the gusts tried to prove they were bigger than fire. They are not bigger than fire. Your future remains lit. You will do more than survive this. It will not be the headline of your story. It will be a footnote that proves how I hold. You will create, decide, build, and belong. You will have rooms inside of you with new paint and no hidden trapdoors. Your laughter will change pitch because it will no longer have to step around glass. Your generosity will be sharper than any threat because it will be rooted in wisdom. You will not be naive, but you will not be cynical. You will be clear. I am making you clear. The woman who sharpened intent against you will find that her blade cannot remember your name. It will not be in her hand to carry toward you. I am directing her elsewhere, away from you, away from your doorstep, away from your hours. I am not authoring her destruction, I am authoring your deliverance. Let me do what I do. You do not need to track her footsteps or study her eyes. You do not need to explain to everyone why you are choosing distance. You do not need to convince those who enjoy confusion. Your assignment is not to manage their perceptions, your assignment is to guard the miracle that is you. And it is a miracle that you are still tender, still capable of softness after so many cold nights. Do you see how bright that is to me? When the morning comes, and it will, the air will wear a different face. You will notice it in the small ways. The kettle sings sweeter, your shoulders don't rise before you even hear a noise, you forget to rehearse your exit plan because you don't need one. You will look at your reflection and not see a fighter bracing for the next round, but a child who belongs in their own house, a person whose name is safe in their own mouth. I am writing that morning for you now. I am setting it gently on your windowsill while you sleep. Tonight, you let go. Tonight, you say to your soul, we are safe, and your soul believes you because I have already declared it. Nothing can break the sentence I speak. I also speak to the roots of fear that have disguised themselves as wisdom. The kind of wisdom I give does not rattle the dishes. It does not burst in the room with sirens. It is steady, warm, and it steadies you. I remove from you the counterfeit discernment that is just anxious prophecy repeating worst-case scenarios in the voice of logic. I give you clean discernment, quiet eyes, a strong back, a soft front. You will feel the difference. You will make decisions that are firm without being cruel. You will hold your boundaries like a shoreline holds the ocean, certain, not angry. Those who benefit from your confusion may call your clarity unkind. Ignore that. Your clarity is your halo tonight. You have imagined conversations where you finally speak every truth you swallowed. There may be a time for some of those words, and I will give them to you like bread when it is time to eat. Not tonight. Tonight is for rest, for reclaiming, for letting me be the one who speaks in the unseen realm where plans are born and die. I have given orders that you will never hear and performed kindnesses you will feel all the way down to the bones that carry you. I have gone ahead of you into the week that waits. You will find paths there that feel custom-built for your feet. You will find people there whose faces make your nervous system breathe. You will find work there that honors the shape of your hands. All of this is part of the same rescue. If you are tempted to call outward for reassurance from the very places that injured you, turn that call upward instead. Speak my name softly. You don't need a long speech to move me. You have already moved me with your living, with your staying, with your daily choosing not to become what hurt you. I am proud of you. Yes, I can say that. I, who designed the galaxies like embroidery, look at you and say, I am proud of you. You have been faithful in the fog. Now I will be flamboyant in your clearing. The signal will be unmistakable, the weight will lift, the knocking will stop, the night will not hiss, the day will not mock. You will feel like a house with every light turned on after a long outage. That is not arrogance. That is relief. I bless your front door. I bless your locks and your keys. I bless your passwords and your pathways. I bless your coming in and your going out. I bless your conversations and your silence. I bless the food you prepare with hands that are learning to pause without guilt. I bless your sleep. I bless your dreams with scenes that do not accuse you but announce me. I bless your mornings with actual mornings, the kind that don't feel like you're waking into a courtroom. I bless the soil under your house, the wires in your walls, the drive you take on familiar streets that will feel new because your fear won't be holding the steering wheel. I bless your name so that when it is spoken in rooms you are not in, it is protected from curses and lifted beyond schemes. Your name is safe with me. And to the ache that keeps asking, why did this happen in the first place? I will not insult you with tidy answers that don't fit your pain. The world holds those who break what they claim to love. You met one of them. You survived them. I am not merely patching your cracks, I am remaking your vessel. Those who looked at your softness and saw an opportunity will no longer be able to read you. They will see light, but they will not see a target. Your light has learned how to dress in wisdom. Your kindness has learned how to carry a staff. Not to strike, but to walk strong, to part seas, to point to the way I am making. Tonight, I write a new sentence in the book of your life, untouchable peace. It is not naive. It is not brittle. It is a fortress with open windows. You will feel the breeze and remain unbroken. The one who hoped to make you a story of tragedy will not have a cameo in your future. Their chapter closes here, away from you, without audience, without your blood as their ink. I dismantle the stage they built in secret. The spotlight they intended to use to blind you will instead illuminate your path. The applause they imagined after your fall will never sound. Instead, you will hear small, holy sounds, the kettle, the pages of a notebook, the low laughter from a friend who speaks gently, the sound of your own voice saying yes to things that fit, no to things that don't, and thank you to me without strain. Now breathe with me. In for the truth, you are safe. Out for the lie, you are threatened. In for the promise, I am here. Out for the residue, I am alone. Again. Let the rhythm teach your cells what your mind has feared to believe. I hold you. I am not late. I am not learning as I go. I am the author who knew this paragraph before you took your first step, and I wrote my name in the margin beside it, mine. Tonight, your life wears that word like armor. Mine. No intent can pierce what I cover. No plan can outrun my timing. No stalker thought can trespass my boundary around you. Do not try to skip this. Let it soak. Let it rearrange your posture and the pictures in your head. Let it find the corners where shame has curated a little museum of moments it wants you to revisit. Close that museum. We are building a garden. We are planting rest. We are planting boundaries. We are planting friendships that do not bite your hands. We are planting work that doesn't require you to amputate your joy to keep it. We are planting play without apology. We are planting faith that sounds like your own voice when you speak it. Before you sleep, place your hand on your heart and say, I agree with God's protection over me. I release the plans that were never mine to manage. I receive the peace that stays. Those are not magic words. They are alignment. They are how your mouth escorts your soul into the truth I already established. And as you lie down, hear my final word for tonight, finished. Not your story is just unfolding. Finished is the license harm tried to use. Finished is the night that claimed you as prisoner. Finished is the nearness of danger parading as closeness. Finished is the altar of fear you bowed to because you were tired of fighting. I break it. I lift you. I turn you toward morning. You are mine. I am God. This message is for you. Rest now under my hand. The woman who planned to kill you will go, away from your path, away from your door, away from the circle where your name is protected by the angels I have assigned to you. Your sleep will be a testimony. Your tomorrow will be a quiet celebration. And your life will continue, long and luminous, not as a museum of pain but as a house of peace that others will enter and say, God is here. And they will be right. I am here. I am not leaving. I am with you now. I am the one who sees what they plot in the dark and hears the whisper that never reaches your ears. I am the God who steps into rooms you were never invited to, the God who reads every line of the schemes written against your life. This message is for you, and I am placing it into your hands as a burning lamp that cannot be hidden. Do not try to skip this. I am speaking to you now because time has reached its turning, and the story that has frightened you in shadows will end under my light. Do not tremble. I have measured every breath you have taken and every night you cried without language. I have known the name of the one who carried hatred like a stone, heavy and secret, and I announce to heaven and earth, that weight will fall from your path tonight. You have felt a shiver in rooms that looked empty. You have sensed eyes from behind the door frame, the uneasy tug at the back of your spirit, the sudden cold when nothing should have chilled you. I was speaking then, not to frighten you, but to train your discernment. I did not allow the edge of the enemy to pierce you, I allowed only enough sound to wake you. Do not call yourself foolish for loving people who smiled. Love is not foolishness, love is a mirror of me. Their malice is not your shame, it exposes their partnership with darkness. But hear me well, the partnership dissolves tonight. Not by your hand, but by mine. Not through your anger, but through my judgment that separates the threads of your life from the knots they tied in secret halls. Do not try to skip this. I am delivering you from the hour that once looked inevitable. I have been in rooms where your name was spit like a bitter seed. I watched lips curl when they thought of your joy. Their planning table was a theater of bravado and emptiness, props and lies, and the cup they poured for you was mixed with poison they never tasted in their own mouths. I overturned it when you were not looking. I sent confusion to sit at their right hand and wear their ring. I caused their advisors to stutter and their timelines to cancel themselves. I made their rage age itself overnight. Tonight, I bring the final clause to their attempt, and the clause is this: whatever rose against you falls without touching you. I cancel the rehearsed harm, and I fold their map until the path they drew disappears. You asked me, why did you let it go this far? And I answer you now, I allowed it to continue just long enough to gather evidence for your vindication. I arranged it so that all the paths of injury would circle back to their origin, not to break you, but to reveal what could no longer hide. I do not need proof to know the truth, but I assemble it for you, so that when I lift your head, you will not fear the next whisper. I am not only ending a plot, I am silencing a river. I am sealing a door you do not have to check twice again. Do not try to skip this. This night will be remembered in your family line as the night a God wound closed without a scar. The woman who harbored murder in her heart built her hate like a house with many rooms. She decorated it with old offenses, with misunderstandings, with envy so quiet it learned to smile. She invited fear to sit on the couch and pretend to be a guest. She prepared words that looked like warnings but contained knives. She watched your steps the way a thief counts the windows of a home. But she never counted me. She underestimated the attention of the Almighty. She did not know the wall I placed between your life and the end she rehearsed. She did not know how carefully I guard breath that I gave. Tonight, I clear her from the hallway of your destiny. When I say, go, nothing can make her stay. I am removing her authority over your thoughts. I am removing her shadow from your door. I am removing the scent of her manipulation from your calendar. I am removing her name from the list of people you have to explain yourself to. I am removing her access to your soft places. She will go, not because you hate her, but because I love you. I am a God of justice and a God of mercy. Do not confuse my mercy with permission. Mercy is the room I give a soul to turn around before they meet the wall of consequence. Justice is the wall itself. I gave her time. I sent gentle messengers into her dreams. I tugged at her conscience when quiet roads made room for truth. She refused my compassion and sharpened her plan. So I will protect you with finality. I will not hand you the sword of vengeance, I will hand you the key of separation. Separation is not weakness, separation is sacred architecture. It is the way I redraw boundaries when betrayal wants to live rent-free in your tomorrow. Tonight, I set a line she cannot cross. If she pursues, she will stumble on my boundary. If she reaches, her hand will return empty. If she speaks, her words will wither under the weight of my verification. Do not try to skip this. A chapter is closing without your fingerprints on the latch. You asked me how to forgive what keeps trying to finish you. Listen, forgiveness does not put you back into a burning house. Forgiveness sets your soul free from smoke that does not belong to your lungs. I am not calling you back to prove your kindness. I am calling you forward so your kindness can breathe. You will not spend the rest of your life explaining why you survived. You will not spend another month defending the way light sits on your face. The blessing I put on you was never theirs to audit. I certify you by my own name. I approve you by my own blood. I sign your release papers with the signature that parted seas and stitched them closed again. Walk out. Lift your eyes. Do not try to skip this. The door in front of you opens because I built it into the structure of time before you were born. There are messages you almost believed, prophecies of doom issued by envy, predictions of your fall that sounded like prayer requests. I am canceling those forecasts in the court of heaven. I am issuing my decree: you will live and not die. You will thrive and not shrink. You will speak and not be silenced by the echo of other people's fear. The assignment against you expires tonight. It does not renew at midnight. When you wake, you will notice the air has changed. What weighed your chest will be gone like a heavy coat shrugged from your shoulders. You will remember a face that tried to follow you through every memory, and find that it looks ordinary, small, and far. I am not erasing your history, I am removing the lie that tried to explain it. I am redeeming the narrative so that even the painful pages become wood on your altar.